Good day! My name is Alamay, and before I go on to my lecture, let's first have a brief recap on the previous lecture's topic, which is systems environment. It is the general observation of the government, telecommunication, transportation, and other systems that affect the entity. So this time around, I'm going to talk about the task environment. As to my learning outcomes, at the end of the lecture, the students must be able to first define task environment, determine its importance, and learn how to use Porter's 5 forces model. So, according to the Business Dictionary, the task environment is the external environment of an organization in which affects its ability to reach its business goals. As such, suppliers, distributors, customers, and even competitors who have a direct or specific impact upon an organization may be part of a task environment. One of the most used frameworks in analyzing a task environment is developed by Michael Porter, which is the Porter's 5 forces model. The impact of the threat must be rated as low, medium, or high. So, the stronger the forces are, the more difficult it is for existing entities to make a profit, while a weaker force is an opportunity to increase the sales, raise the prices, and make a higher profit. So one of the forces is first the threat of the new entrants, or some of the factors to consider is first the barriers to entry, which is the factor that makes it costly for new entrants, at the same time a form of protection for the existing entities, as such reduces the threat. Next is economies of scale, which is the cost reduction associated with the larger output. When an existing entity is enjoying such privileges, it will lower the threat. Next is the brand loyalty, which is the preference for established entities. And last is the resource requirement. Next is the bargaining power of the buyers. So some of the factors to consider is first, the number of the buyers and their purchases, and next, the availability of substitute products, and third, the cost of switching, which is the time, effort, and money the customer has to exert in order to switch to another product or services. And last is how informed the buyers are. As to the threat of substitute products and services, some of the factors to consider is, again, the cost of switching, and in terms of the substitute products, is it attractively priced and its quality. As to the powers of the suppliers, some of the factors to consider is the availability of suppliers, the entity's dependency for important inputs, and whether or not the supplier is an established or a startup in terms of their customer base. Next is the rivalry among competing firms. So some of the factors to consider is first, the nature of the business, whether or not the product is it a commodity product which is difficult to differentiate. Next is the higher the consumer demand, the more favorable it is, while a high supply is unfavorable to the existing entity. And last is the acquisition of weaker firms. When a competitor is acquiring weaker firms, it means that it is producing a larger market share. As such, constitute a threat. So, as an example, I have used Coca-Cola. In terms of the threat of new entrants, it is medium due to the fact that there are zero capital requirements but there are entry barriers. Next is the bargaining power of the buyers is low due to brand loyalty, and threat of substitute product is high due to the kinds of substitute available, which is energy drink, soda, and juice. So as to the powers of the suppliers is low due to Coca-Cola's larger customer base, and last is the rivalry among competing firms is high due to a lot of competitors. So in a nutshell, the task environment is an important part of the financial plan as it shows the external environment. Through the use of Porter's 5 forces model, the researchers will be able to identify the competitive forces that influence the entity's ability in earning a profit. So here are the list of my references. Thank you.